I went 8 times to 4 different Hermès stores when I was in Europe in July. Did they give me a bag? Sorry to burst your bubble, but this is a box from my old Birkin, the one that I scored in Europe, I think around 5 years ago. So this time, unfortunately, the trip is not successful, but I do have a story time for you. So please stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monique. If you're new to this channel, I upload videos weekly about style and travel. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would like to take the time and subscribe. First of all, I would like to apologize for the clickbait. I just had to do it. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I did go to Hermès 8 times in 4 different cities in Europe when I was there in July, and I didn't get a Birkin. I was really hoping that they would give me, because I do have a big birthday this year, but I'm also trying not to expect so much because I was in cities that are pretty difficult and I haven't heard any tourists being successful getting a bag in these cities. These are the things I purchased from Hermès from my recent trip to Europe, but let me tell you a story time about how it went. So the first city that I visited was Florence. I was actually staying there for a week, which is actually quite a good amount of time. Last time when we were in Brussels, how I got my Birkin is that I sent my husband to the Hermès store and he got it on first try. So I really wanted to send my husband again this time. Unfortunately, he was there for a conference, so he was not able to make it in time on weekdays to go to the Hermès store because they close at like 6 and he finishes at 5, and there's always a long line, and the line always usually take more than an hour. So the first 2 days I was there, I was also feeling not well. I was kind of sick and I didn't really want to do the whole thing. So the first time we tried was on our 5th day, I think. So he did try it after work one time. He finished slightly earlier and then he went there and did the whole thing, and no, it didn't work. But he did get the sense that if he had tried earlier and keep trying, you know, for the 1 week that we were there, that they might give him. Unfortunately, we didn't have time. It was like our last 2 days in Florence that we did this. And the next day, I tried it in the morning. I went there when it was opening. I think it was opening like 10:30 or 11. There was already a line, and the line is not long at all, but they move very slow because there are not many essays that could, you know, help the customers inside. And it was insanely hot. I was dying. I was probably waiting outside for an hour. There was no awning. It was like just straight summer sun on my face, but they were nice enough to give us water and then gave us umbrella as well during our wait. Once you get inside, there's still another wait that you have to do because of course all the essays were busy, so you still have to sit and wait maybe around another 30 minutes. So I met this essay and she was really sweet, and I was just like, you know, just asked her that I know it's almost impossible, but I am looking for a Kelly and I wonder if that's possible. Of course, I get the answer, no, I'm so sorry, it's not possible. We haven't had any deliveries and we don't really have any bags, and you know, it's July, it's been very difficult. The delivery hasn't been amazing. No Kelly that day, but I did make a connection with the essay and I think she was nice, so I decided that I wanted to purchase something. I have been wanting to get a scarf anyway, and I want something to, you know, kind of like a memento from my visit to Florence, because I really like the city. So even though she said that she didn't have any bag in the store, I decided that I still wanted a scarf. So we were like there picking up the scarf and all that, and I asked her should I return the next day, and she told me, of course, you know, you should always try. We cannot guarantee, but you know, you're more than welcome to try. Unfortunately, I was not able to book another appointment with her because I was thinking, oh, I'm making this connection, maybe tomorrow if I come again I will be able to see her, because she is actually only there for the day. She works mainly in the Madrid store, so she doesn't really work in the Florence store. So unfortunately that didn't happen, but I did get a beautiful scarf. I'll unbox in the end. So that didn't happen. That was in the morning. I think the whole thing took me like 2 hours just being there with the waiting and then the chatting with the essay. I mean, everything takes a long time when you're shopping Hermès. You just have to have enough time and you have to take your time. So in the evening after work, it was my husband's last day of conference. He decided to try again, and of course still a no. So we're like, we gave it up, that's it. We tried our best. We tried 3 times in this location and it didn't happen. There's nothing we could do. So the next day, it's our last day in Florence. I didn't really want to go back into the store. My husband went inside when they're opening the next day, and it's still a no. But we did try, and we didn't buy anything anymore at that point because I just don't really want to spend money knowing that we don't really have time to be in that city anymore, and we're going to Venice the next day. So Florence was not a successful trip for us. I think I agree with my husband. Had I tried earlier and just keep going to the store, maybe I would have gotten a bag. But at the same time, I really wanted to enjoy the city and not having to spend my whole vacation in an Hermès store trying to get a bag, because the whole process always takes forever. You have to at least take 2-3 hours of your time and go there, and it's just so nerve-wracking. Sometimes I just want peace. Sometimes I just want to have a whole day of enjoying the city and not having to go there. So anyway, we had this mentality: if it happens, it happens. We just have to try. If it doesn't happen, there at least we tried. So the next trip we went to Venice. We are in Venice for 2 days, but it was only 1 full day because, you know, of course, the first day was travel day. We were very tired, and so on our first full day we went to the shopping area, and again I sent my husband to go inside, knowing that of course Venice is going to be definitely more difficult than Florence. It is such a touristy town. The chance of any of us getting a Kelly bag, a quarter bag in Venice, is slim to none in my opinion, because it's just tourists all day long. They're not going to have any bags. So of course he tried, and of course the answer is no. We knew this, but we had to try anyway. The store is right there. There was no line at the Venice store, so he was able to see an essay right away, so that was nice. We didn't have to wait like an hour just to get a no. So we just had to try. All right, so Venice, we were there a very short time, and then after that we went to Cannes, and in Cannes we stayed in a hotel that was like 2 minutes away walking to the Hermès store in Cannes. So we're like, oh god, this is great, it's so near, we could go there all the time. So we have 3 full days in Cannes, and we tried the whole 3 days. The store was always so busy. There was not a lot of wait because they actually had a lot of essays compared to the Florence store, but again, it's a very touristy town. Everyone wants a bag. I hear people left and right asking for a bag, and none of them got a bag. One lady actually was taken inside, but it wasn't for a bag, it was for a pair of sandals. I think the cipher sandals, you know, the one that is sought after. I didn't really see anyone getting a bag, fortunately, because otherwise I would be really sad. We went in there together. I told them, I asked them, I know it's almost impossible, but I would really like to have a Kelly if you have. She was pretty nice about it. All the Hermès essays, they're always so nice about it. They were never rude actually, but of course she was like, that's gonna be difficult, that's gonna be challenging, I don't even know. She said, I said, like, I understand, I just, you know, I'm here, my birthday is coming up, I would love it if you have. She said, I'll check in the back. So that gives me a glimpse of hope, because she said, oh, I'll check in the back. I'm like, maybe finally the Hermès fairy is going to send it back towards my direction. So I was really hopeful. She tried to check in the back. She did come back only you know, 5 minutes later, so it wasn't really long. And I know that if they go there for a long time, that means they have a bag for you. So when she came back, like not even 5 minutes after, and she had nothing in her hand, I was like, she didn't have it. So of course I was disappointed. What are you gonna do? But despite that, I still wanted a little something from the store. I actually asked her about a hat because I really wanted like a wool hat from them. I asked them about the loop earrings. I really wanted the silver loop earrings. They didn't have any of that. They had a lot of merchandise, but nothing that I asked they had, because you know, it was such a busy store. People were shopping left and right nonstop. So nothing that I had on my list was there. So then I went again to the scarf section. I love scarves, and you know, why not get a scarf from this store? So the lady was happy to assist me. She was surprised that I still wanted to get something, even though, you know, she didn't give me any bags. At the end of it, I asked if you work the next day, and of course, with my luck, she has the next 2 days off, and I only have 2 days left. So yeah, I was kind of hoping that I would be able to see her again the next day, and maybe she would, you know, come up with something. So the next day we tried again. This time again, I went inside with my husband, and it was a male essay this time. And immediately I just asked him, I know it's almost impossible, but I was really wondering if you have any bag at the moment, any Kelly bag. And of course, immediately he was very nice too, but immediately he said, no, we don't have any leather bag at the moment. Nothing, not even like the Birkin Kelly Constance. We don't have anything that's leather. The only ones we have are, you know, those totes, like those canvas totes. That's all they have. Of course I was disappointed, but at least we tried and asked, and it was only 2 minutes away walking from our hotel. I did ask if they have like any shipment of new hats, but it's still the same hats from yesterday. So yeah, I didn't feel like spending any more money on anything else, and we just left. So the next day, it was our last day in Cannes, and I really didn't want to go in there because I'm just tired. I'm just tired of asking for a bag, but I knew it had to be done because we are in Europe, and you know, you just have to try when you're in Europe. I know it's not Paris, I know it's not Lyon, I know it's not like one of the bigger cities. I was kind of hoping that because we were in France that they would have stock more than Italy, but that didn't happen, of course. So the next day, it was our final day in Cannes. I sent my husband just for a quick trip. There was no bag. That was fine. We went about doing our day. We always went there in the morning so that we could just explore Cannes afterwards and get it out of the way. Cannes was also not a success. The last city on our trip is Rome. There's a big Hermès store in Rome, but I didn't really have a good feeling about this store or Italy in general. I don't think stores in Italy really give, you know, Coda bags to tourists. In Rome, we had 1 day to try. That's it. And so I didn't really think they would give us any bag, but you know, we were there. We just had to try. We were in the area. There was a wait. My husband went when they were opening. There was already a wait. I went somewhere else because I wanted to check out the antique jewelry in the city, and it was my only chance to do so. That's why I didn't go with him to the Hermès store. Again, they're very nice about it, but of course there's no bag. So that is my story on how I went 8 times to 4 Hermès stores in Europe and didn't get a bag. This time it's not a success story, unfortunately. Also, I feel like the Hermès craze has just been going crazier and crazier and crazier, and we were so lucky 5 years ago to be able to get one relatively easy when we were in Brussels. But this time it's like impossible. It was of course disappointing because it's always disappointing to hear no over and over and over again, because you can't help to expect, you know, especially when we were in France, we were like, oh, maybe they have, because you know, maybe they will have like stock, but it didn't happen. But again, it's not the end of the world. It's just a bag. I just really wanted to get it in Europe because of course it's cheaper than getting it in the US, and they're supposed to have more stock, but apparently it was July and they didn't have any bags. So that is my story. Now let's go to the unboxing part of the video. So the first one is from the Florence store. They wrap the bags like this in Florence. This is the first time I've ever seen like the ribbon goes like this on the bag. You already know it's a scarf, so there is no surprise there. I did get a lipstick from this store because I've been wanting to try their makeup. It's a matte lipstick. It's actually made in Italy. I'm surprised. So the color is number 70, Rose Indian, and comes like this. This is my first Hermès lipstick. To pull it up like so. It has its own dust bag. I got this one. It is really beautiful. There's the logo on the top. This is the color. I think that's a beautiful pop of color. It smells really nice. Here is the scarf. The ribbon is really nice. This is the 2023 ribbon, so it's different. I love unboxing. There it is. Voila. I got the 70 centimeter scarf because I don't have a 70 centimeter in my collection and I've been wanting to get one. I don't know why, but they never have a lot of options for the 70 centimeter scarves. I love the color of this scarf. This is the Carré Volant, and it says Hermès Paris on the bottom, of course. And what I love is also the kind of like the pattern on the stitching here, on the rolled stitching. I think it's really pretty. This color is really summer, and I think it's really, really good when you're wearing white. So it looks really good with white. This will always be a Florence memento for me. Really, really love that city, and I would love to go back in the future. Let's unbox the next scarf, the one that I purchased from Cannes. Comes in this box. Let's see. Like this. And this is the scarf. I actually got another size 70 centimeter scarf because I just really like it. I like the size, and I am kind of like, I think I have enough 90 centimeters in my collection for now. And this is what I got. This is new for the season. This design is new, and I think it is classic equestrian but also cheeky at the same time, and I love the color combo. This one is really summery in my opinion, and this one gets me really excited about fall. Look at these fall colors, and it's just such classic colors. But when I tried this one on, I love how classic it is in terms of the colors, and it's just really great for not only fall but all year long in my opinion. But it's such a classic color that will go with a lot of outfits. It's so easy to style. You can go this side if you want to accentuate the other color. And that wraps up my story time for today. I hope you enjoy today's video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have tried getting a bag from Hermès recently in Europe, and let me know if you have been successful or not. I would love to know your story. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.